Is Joe Biden and the US banning Bitcoin? These are the headlines that some in the crypto ecosystem are sharing. I want to give you a bit of my thoughts on this. I'm currently actually on the way to our team meeting. Haven't had a team lunch in quite some time. I have a new driver. My wife is driving. So hands-free here, all good. And I thought I'm gonna use 5 minutes to discuss these topics. So let's kind of look a bit at the facts. So Joe Biden, president in the US, did announce that he's gonna have an executive action where he's gonna have this security memorandum that's gonna be tasking all the federal agencies to kind of cut down on any kind of digital asset. He doesn't specifically mention Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. He really, what that means, NFTs, stable coins, digital payment tokens as Bitcoin, and so on. And it also kind of mentions and highlights that this is going to require a cross-border work together. So they are aware that this is not going to work if it's just the US. So looking at all of that, let's first ask the question. It reminds me a bit of the Bitcoin mining banning video that I made about the European Union a few days ago. First question, is this possible? Now, of course they can ban Bitcoin or they can regulate Bitcoin. And I don't think it's going to be a ban. I think it's just more a bit of a cut down on the free flow of funds, obviously having to stabilize the US dollar. So of course they can. The better question, in my opinion, is always, what are the effects? Are there, like, what's going to be the consequences to all this? Now, obviously, it will definitely deter some participants, companies, institutions, not to go into cryptocurrencies or not to deal with NFTs. Of course it will. But for the majority of people, it is impossible to differentiate whether the 24 words that you store for a private key are 24 words for private key or if they are just regular 24 words. So banning Bitcoin is actually almost impossible. Now this will rather affect exchanges or larger companies in the US or in any of those countries where you actually have to deal with those cutdowns. But I here also think rather that this is going to be, well, a bit more of a news line and a headline and a bit of a kind of salesy point rather than an actual ban or an actual regulation. Yes, I get that it can open a framework for all of that, but I wouldn't be as scared as some of the anti-Bitcoin news outlets are trying to make that to be. So Bitcoin has a super strong lobby, don't forget that. It has people in the House and people in the Senate who are pro-Bitcoin. It has a lot of institutional support in the US, so I would not see this as such a crazy thing as some people are trying to make this to be. So these are a bit of my thoughts on this. Obviously, it's definitely not as bullish as if Joe Biden would go out and say, hey, we're gonna put a proper framework for Bitcoin into play, right? So let's be real here. It's definitely not bullish, but I also don't think it's like a nightmare scenario that now Bitcoin is gonna become worthless. And obviously you have some of the anti-Bitcoin accounts on Twitter trying to tweet that. So I definitely don't see it this way. So I hope this gives you a bit of my general judgment. Again, I am expecting rather sidewards movement at the moment. Not all too many reasons for the prices to significantly go up. Obviously the Ukraine topic, something to watch for prices to go down. Stuff like that, any kind of clamp down by various countries or trying to block something, it's never bullish. But the question is always, is this as bad or as bearish as some are making this sound? So these are my thoughts. Hope that helps. If it does, click the subscribe, click the like, and I'll hope I see you next time. Thanks so much. Yours truly, Julian. Bye-bye.